This Mercedes A-Class was a beast in the snow, and it had an interior that lights up after dark like the inside of a high-end gaming PC. But why did Mercedes have to extend the warranty on a whole bunch of engines? And what do used car shoppers like you really need to know about all those recalls? Well, that's all coming up, but let's meet this machine first. This might be the cheapest Mercedes, but when I test drove the A220 back in 2019, I found this award-winning small sedan to deliver some lively driving manners and delightfully thoughtful touches that helped provide the luxury motoring experience promised by the badge on the hood.
Hi there, I'm Justin Pritchard. This is the all-new Mercedes A220, and in this video, it's all about the headlights.
I did figure the transmission could be a little more refined in certain situations, and I wasn't sure what to make of the gearshifter stock at the time. But ultimately, I left this tester with no complaints about the wintertime handling or overall road feel. Here's a comfortable and responsive little car that's easy to drive smoothly, and it's a lot of fun in the snow. But is a used Mercedes A-Class reliable? Does it make a good used car buy? And what do you need to know about those cylinder head issues? Well, let's get you set up for a look at the Mercedes A-Class from the used car shopper's perspective. And I'll be popping in from back in 2019 to show you a little more of what I was saying about this machine when reviewing it as a new car. It's a little blast from the past. This compact luxury model flaunted numerous new connectivity and technological advances for this segment, including the new Mercedes-Benz User Experience or MBUX multimedia system with built-in learning capability which debuted for this generation. The touchscreen, central trackpad, and steering wheel mounted controls provide numerous additional options for system control and manipulation. Optional multi-beam LED headlamps brought this high-end lighting technology into the compact segment, and here's some footage of a nighttime drive in the A220 that demonstrates how these headlights perform in action. The camera I'm using to shoot this can't see in the dark as well as our eyes, so in real life the performance of this lighting system will look even brighter and more vivid than it does on your screen. Elsewhere, there's a drive mode selector, a full array of advanced safety equipment, keyless engine start, a panoramic sliding sunroof, and 2 digital display options depending on the model you select.
And those drive modes, like just about every other Mercedes all the way up the line, mean that you have push-button access to whatever type of drive that you want.
Dual 7-inch or dual 10.25-inch displays were on offer, and the available 64-color ambient lighting system via the premium package bathes the cabin with customized lighting after dark. On my test drive back in 2019, the beautiful after dark presentation of this cabin quickly became one of my favorite things about this car. Let me give you a closer look. Understanding the Mercedes A-Class. So the A-Class hatchback models were called A250, and sedan models were called A220, and 4MATIC means all-wheel drive. Look for a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine under the hood of each, with the A250 making 221 horsepower and 258 pounds of torque, and the A220 generating 188 horsepower and 221 pounds of torque.
So pricing from about $37,000 with all-wheel drive, or in this particular case loaded up with some options. What you're looking at comes in from the mid-40s, 2-liter turbo, 7-speed dual clutch transmission with the flappers, and of course, all-wheel drive.
Key competitors included the Audi A3, Mini Cooper, and BMW 2 Series. A-Class owners tend to rave about the upscale interior, wintertime traction and handling performance on winter tires, the concealed backup camera which is always clean since it hides out until it's needed, and an engaging but comfortable drive. Gripes included a smaller than expected trunk, and strange placement of certain controls like the gear shifter stock and heated steering wheel switch, both of which are attached to the steering column. In some situations, the dual clutch transmission can require a higher level of driver brainpower to work smoothly, especially in slow-moving traffic. At lower speeds, this transmission can feel a little clumsy, and it does respond best when worked hard. How to check a used A-Class. Watch for errors. On your test drive of a used A-Class, and especially a model with 4MATIC all-wheel drive, be on the lookout for warning messages, warning lights, or other errors displayed in the digital instrumentation. Some owners have reported difficulty shifting gears, non-responsive shift levers, stalling, no-start situations, and warnings or malfunctions with the all-wheel drive system which display a warning in the cluster. Many have not. In some cases, a fresh battery solves electronic problems like these, though some owners have had fuse boxes, control models, and wiring harnesses replaced. So do not accept a used A-Class that's showing any signs of warning or malfunction, and have the vehicle treated to a diagnostic scan by a licensed technician before you buy. Electronic problems of this nature are fairly par for the course with modern cars and often easy to fix, though some A-Class owners have reported frustration at the need for multiple repair attempts and replacement parts required to effect a fix, often under warranty. Cylinder head replacement. Some owners have had serious engine trouble, including the need to replace or repair internal engine components. Most have not. Cylinder heads are largely to blame, with some owners reporting failed cylinder heads during warranty, requiring extensive engine repair. A faulty cylinder head can negatively affect the engine's compression, causing a loss of power and various error messages. Apparently, worn-out valve guides can cause excessive movement of the engine valves, resulting in cylinder head damage, wear, and a loss of compression. According to the owner's community, this sort of trouble seems likely to occur between about 20 and 40,000 kilometers, with exceptions. So on your test drive of a used A-Class, be on the lookout for a rough idle, stalling, warning lights or messages, poor or jerky performance, sporadic acceleration, and sloppy throttle response. All could be symptoms of cylinder head trouble. Mercedes did release a Technical Service Bulletin or TSB to help dealers address engine trouble in these machines, and Mercedes Canada extended the cylinder head warranty on affected engines to 15 years and 241,000 kilometers. Contact your dealer for more information. Faulty air conditioning. Some owners have reported air conditioners that cut out or perform inconsistently, especially during very hot weather. Most have not. You'll want to blast the AC in the A-Class you're test driving for an extended period of 8 to 10 minutes or more. Be sure that a stream of cold air is delivered when the system is activated and that it's available from all vents, including those in the rear seats when selected. Confirm that that stream of cold air isn't interrupted if you notice any blinking lights on the AC button, or notice the air conditioner cut out and pump warm air into the cabin while it's still engaged. Have the vehicle seen by a technician before you buy. Some owners have reported problems like these caused by refrigerant leaks, faulty compressors, faulty wiring, or the need for updated climate control software. An old and clogged cabin air filter or an air conditioner condenser that's blocked by leaves or other debris can cause issues here too. Check the front footwell carpeting for signs of dampness and moisture, both of which can be evidence of air conditioner trouble that allows components to ice up and melt, dripping water onto the vehicle's floor. Brake pedal feel. A used car's brake pedal feel can reveal trouble when shoppers pay attention on their test drive, and it's an important step you should include when test driving a used Mercedes A-Class before you buy. You'll want to pull the vehicle down from cruising speed to a full stop, and once the car comes to rest, continue applying the brakes to hold it in place for 10 or 15 seconds. During this time, take note of the response from the brake pedal, which should remain consistently firm underneath your foot. If the pedal begins to sink slowly or become spongy instead, the system should be investigated by a technician, as there might be a problem with the master cylinder, leaky vacuum lines, or another component. You'll also want to apply full emergency braking from a moderate speed. To simulate a hard panic stop, you'll need to hit the brakes very hard here, and while doing so, take note of the feel of the brake pedal. It should remain firm under your foot and quickly engage the anti-lock brakes. If instead it feels soft, spongy, or sinks to the floor, or fails to trip the ABS into action, be sure to have a technician investigate before you buy. Recalls. If you're buying a used A-Class, there's a good chance that it's subject to one or more safety recalls, especially if it's from model year 2019 or 2020. Some recalls were more serious than others but only affected a small number of vehicles. More widespread recalls were listed, covering thousands of models too. Recall work is performed free of charge by dealerships to address latent safety defects, but you'll need to make an appointment ahead of time, and parts may need to be ordered. You can check to see which, if any, recalls affect the specific A-Class you're considering by entering its VIN number on Mercedes' website. Remember to leave a like if you learned something new and consider subscribing for more videos. After buying a used A-Class, contact Mercedes Canada to register as the vehicle's new owner. This makes certain that future recalls will be sent to you in a timely fashion. It's a good time to ask about the extended warranty coverage on the cylinder head too.